everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast with another comic book review. Today I'll be reviewing The Nice House on the Lake. This is issue number 1, published by DC Comics through their Black Label imprint, written by James Tynion IV, with art by Álvaro Martínez and colors by Jordie Bellaire. This book, I'm really excited because I love James Tynion's writing, especially when I really like his superhero stuff, but I feel like the stuff that he does outside of superheroes, he just has so much free reign to do some amazing stuff. If some of you guys are not reading the Something's Killing the Children or the Department of Truth, which is some of his recent indie work, it's very, very good. But this book has a really interesting premise. It's a really, really cool first issue. It follows Ryan Kane, who is invited to this luxurious summer house by a distant friend who we meet throughout the issue. And, kind of like they put all these people together, they dive right in. And then that's when things kind of start going wrong, which it's kind of what you would expect. So I had no indication of what this book was going to be other than it was going to be kind of like a horror mystery thriller type of book. But I this is actually my pick of the week because I not only like I said, I really like James Tynion IV's work, but it's something a little bit different than what I had seen, and there's been a lot of chatter coming up leading up to the release of this book, so I'm very excited. As far as the art, this book is beautiful. It looks great. You can see contrasting styles between the flashbacks and the current stuff. The introduction of all the characters is very nice and very detailed. It looks kind of like it feels very like real world, where you get all these like young, attractive people, put them on this house and this really cool house. So we got this character Walter, who's been kind of who's the common thread amongst these people. So yeah, there are changes back and forth between what we're seeing in the flashbacks, what we see in what looks to be like maybe the current time or me, Ryan, and then the memories from getting to the house. Each of the characters gets a little symbol, which you can see in the cover. It's actually pretty interesting, like just kind of like analyzing the symbols and how they came up with each one. So one of the things I really like here is also in the art. The panels, they set up a really good pace for you to read the book, and I think that's really important in a mystery or a horror book. The panel work, obviously, along with the art and the coloring, but the panels really, really like have you go at this like at the pace that the creators want you to go to, because they don't want you to just dive deep into this whole thing. They want you to take your time, live in this world. One of the other things I have to mention is Jordie Bellaire's coloring is amazing, or even lack of colors, like in this panel here. They really set the tone and the mood of the book. Like they bring you back and forth between one period, which could be a memory, to another, to when things start going wrong, like in this panel. So yeah, overall, this is an awesome pitch. I don't want to go too much into the details of the actual story because I want to leave that for the reader. But I don't think you will be remiss if you don't pick this book up. I don't think it's a book that it asks a lot for you as a new reader. Like it's a very low threshold of entry, as far as like you don't need any backstory on anything. You just want it only asks that you want to read a good horror story, and that you're getting an excellent first issue, an introduction to this world and the characters, with fantastic art. So I cannot be more hyped about this book. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm thinking maybe 12 based on the number of symbols in the front of the book. But we'll see. I love that this is, like I said, this is done through the Black Label, so I know it's a little bit something that's more different and more mature. But there's really nothing here that I would say like, oh, this is way too much for like a younger reader. So check the rating on the comic. But overall, I'm gonna have to give this a 5 out of 5. Thumbs up for sure. Pick this up. Like I said, this was my pick of the week, so I'm very excited that I got to do this review and share it with everyone. But let me know in the comments if you read this book. Did you enjoy the first issue, or are you going to keep picking this up? This might be something that I read week to week as it comes out, or on a monthly basis, as opposed to waiting for the arcs to be done, because there's so much mystery that I just really want the, like one of the coolest things is I would say is when I can't wait for the next issue. That's probably the best feedback I can give the creative team. So I can't wait for the next issue. So yeah, well done to everyone behind this book. I really appreciate it. So remember to share, like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you thought of the book. So thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.